ever-changing universe. From the Kore to the Sen, the Mako, and the Tana. Each model in MISC's Reliant family features advanced Xi'an designs. And the Reliant can acclimate to a multitude of purposes and situations. Contention, communications, discovery, and beyond. The universe we live in is always changing. Shouldn't you be? MISC Reliant.
Did you discover the craft of your dreams at this year's IAE? Then why not experience it firsthand with a test flight? Many of the vehicles on display at this year's IAE are available to rent from one of our local providers.
It's nice to know there's one series of ships you can rely on. Like if the job calls for
Did you discover the craft of your dreams at this year's IAE? Then why not experience it firsthand with a test flight? Many of the vehicles on display at this year's IAE are available to rent from
more
one of our
dedicated
local
fuel
providers.
tanks will get you there. And then some. And when you're expecting trouble on the horizon, well, even the most brazen outlaw is gonna think twice staring down two tailor-made missile launchers. Whatever life throws at you, we've got you covered. MISC Freelancer, built for life.
All right. Today is day 8 of the IAE event and free fly. Oh, let's fix this real quick. Bum, 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 bum.
From the Kore to the Sen, the Mako, and the Tana. Each model in MISC
Okay, so this is day 8 of the event. It is MISC. So you get these big boys in here. Okay, looks like we got 2 back rooms, the center, and the halls down below. So here is probably the most profitable ship in this whole build series, which is the Prospector. Is a great little one-person mining vehicle. If you can get into the Quantanium, it makes you money. You just got to be real careful when you're flying it back so you don't explode. It lives up to its name. It's a good little ship. It's solid. It even has guns, so you can do a little bit of fighting, but I wouldn't want to. Just do your mining and go get it refined. And this is the Starfarer. This is one of the original large ships in the game. It was nicknamed the Doom Turtle because it used to be the big ship they'd fly around and swat other ships with those 4 huge cannons there. Oh, that's the military version, the Gemini, and this is just the standard. But back when everything was either a light fighter or, light transport, then you had this monster. They were extremely hard to do any kind of damage to because they had a huge amount of shields. They're supposed to be fuel scrapers, so the intake on the front, which is converted here for missiles, is supposed to intake gases and whatnot and compress them down into fuel for the back little pods that it has, or be used for direct refuels on other ships. And it's a huge ship. It has cargo bays, it has all sorts of fun stuff in it, but its main purpose is fuel refining and distribution. Okay, down here we have, the Razor. These are a fast little ship. This is the stealth version. Like many of the frames, there are several different flavors, job purposed ones. But it was originally made for racing to compete with the M50 or M60. So it's a fast little ship for racing. And let's see what they got in the holodeck. Oh, this is a Hull C? Yeah, Hull C. So it's one of the heavy freight ships with the expanding cargo rack where you need the big cargo containers. So it's another ship that carries its cargo externally. And you're the Odyssey. Okay, this guy upset a lot of people because it's a mobile refiner exploration ship. And it does refining just so it can go farther with less. So it's refining the fuel it's using as it's going. So that's going to be interesting when that gets into the game. But at this point, it still looks like it's needing some more detail passes for it to be ready to go. But the gameplay loop on it isn't quite ready yet, so it's not a priority, I guess. And here we have the Expanse. And this is another refining ship. Except for this is dedicated refining and not just exploration refining, whatever. So it's got the little saddlebags on the sides. And so is it mineral refining or is it just gas refining? Standard for entry-level vehicular-based mineral processing, specifically designed to operate in tandem with mining ships like the Prospector, Expanse, and the Perfect. Oh, okay, so it's mineral refining. So you follow around your Prospector, refine its minerals, probably have another transport ship hauling the refined stuff away, which is cool. Okay, Endeavor. So it's just a research ship. So another vehicle does not have a game loop, so it's not ready to go yet, but it is getting quite a bit of detail in there. It's not colored yet, so it's probably still in gray box. So another big ship that's waiting to be finished. Seems to be quite a few of those. Okay, so run back up. So that makes that the Hull A. The hull A is kind of cool, not because it's a great ship. It can hold quite a bit of cargo for its size. The cool thing about it is when you expand it, this section here just slides out so that you can put your cargo containers on it for hauling cargo. Which is kind of a cool concept. Problem is it's not going to be big enough or fast enough or armed enough to protect itself. So that's definitely something you're going to need escort with to keep pirates from just attacking you and taking your cargo. So all you cargo guys out there, remember, have a buddy with a decent fighter, flying with you, being your wingman. Okay, the Reliant frame. I kind of like the concept, but in reality, that big, huge, long wing shape is not very helpful for when you're fighting or when you're trying to land in areas, because look how long that thing is. It's like a big, long, single wing. You come over here, and it's got a little bit of a cargo bay. Or no, this is the habitat one. So the ship is okay, and they've actually kind of bumped up some of its abilities. Oh, this is the reporter one. Okay, so it'll have the camera and whatnot on it. But the frame is so awkward for doing stuff that it's kind of difficult to recommend it to anybody. If you want to get it just for the novelty of having it, that's cool. But when you put your gun way out here and you have to go way over here for your other gun, this is the fighter model, so it has the intermediate, guns in between. But that's a long distance for, you're really spreading out your damage area. So you're not concentrating your damage to get a good punch through when you hit something. Okay, so this is Reliant Sin. Oh, it's the Light Science, which is cool. So it's missing the in turret, and it just has the mid guns on it. But when you convert this into flying mode, that whole wing tips up and down to the cockpit. The cockpit stays level like that, but the whole wing rotates around it, which makes it kind of awkward to do stuff with. Okay, this is the light freighter, so he's got, they double gunned him on the ends. That'll help a little, but still. Yeah, see, it's got this little cargo area, which isn't bad for the size of the ship, but that width is where the problem lies. So it's more of a novelty ship rather than a helpful ship, because to try to land that in some of the landing bays is murder unless you get one of the huge landing bays. Okay. And back this way. We'll just run right underneath the Starfarers. That's where we need to go, is directly across there. Yeah, these are the Starfarer saddlebags as opposed to the little ones on the Prospector. I think the saddlebags on these are about the size of the Prospector. And these are, your fuels for your ship to travel, that this thing's scraping and condensing down into those big containers. And you're supposed to be able to fly up behind them and refuel from them, like a airplane would refuel from a refueling plane. Okay. And this should be, yep, the freelancers. And the freelancer's an okay cargo hauler, but as a fighter, it's really thick-skinned, which is helpful. Like the MISC here, or the MISC, is their gunship variant. And I think they changed the turrets a little on it. And added missiles. And other than that, that's it. So they're really, they got a decent amount of shield. They've got a decent amount of cargo. But then you start looking at things, well, can I put a ground vehicle in the back? Well, you can if you have the MAX, because the MAX has the wider cargo. Let's see if it's open. Yeah. But you try to drive your vehicle in here and you hit this thing, which is your rear turret. And unless it's a lower, built vehicle, you're going to hit your turret entrance. So with this one, you can kind of shift over to the sides because it's wider. But in the normal variants, you can't get most vehicles in there, because you're going to scrape the top or get stuck or whatever. They're a little wallowy going into atmosphere, so they're not very agile once you drop into atmosphere. They're, a good hauler. They're great for, getting things back and forth material-wise, but, you try to load a vehicle or something in there, you're going to have problems. If it's just your one person, like Dragonfly, the Drake Dragonfly or the Nox or something like that, it's going to be okay. But any bigger vehicle, you're going to have a problem with it. Even though it's literally got enough space in there, it's just not going to fit because of the way the turret mount sits. So, but, they're a good cargo ship, good hauler. I wouldn't say they're a great, gunship. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.